Let's chasse onto the dance. For this recap, I am joined by the 2022 Junior Grand Prix Final champions and two-time Junior Worlds bronze medalists, Nadiia Bashynska and Peter Beaumont. Thank you two for joining me today. How are you?
Very good. Very, very good.
Yes, we're enjoying our break from a long season, and we're thinking about having our break.
Let's get it started with our podium. In first place from the United States of America, Madison Chock and Evan Bates finally claim their world title. In second place, we have Italy's Charlene Guignard and Marco Fabbri after 13 years finally breaking onto that podium. And rounding out with the bronze, we have Canadians Piper Gilles Paul Poirier, who overcame a mid-season disruption to win their second world bronze medal. So let's get started with our brand new world champions, Madison Chock and Evan Bates. It's their 10th world championship, 3 podium finishes later at Worlds, and they finally make their dreams come true with this gold medal performance. Now, it was a slow start to the season for them, this program not giving them the impact or the results that they wanted. Some people even telling them to change the program, but they went back home and kept working at it and then came at 4 continents with the gold, and now here at Worlds, making a breathtaking rendition of this fire and air program until there was a little oopsies after the spin. So tell us what you thought of Madison Chock and Evan Bates' performances here in Saitama.
I would personally say that I've always been enchanted with their programs and their choice of programs. They've always had the most surprising and interesting, ideas. And this year was as well, it was very, very interesting, and it progressed, as you said, it progressed from the first competition to Worlds, and I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah, I'd say Maddie and Evan, they always put out a performance that they have their own feeling to. So where it be from the short dance to the free, wow, they have big differences in character. They always put out 100%.
Some great food for thought there. I completely agree with everything you've said. So let's go on to our silver medalists from Italy, Charlene Greenard and Marco Fabbri. Again, a team that's been at it for a while, over 13 years together, and finally breaking through for that silver medal at the World Championships. This is also a great season for them. They've won a medal at every event they've entered, a first for them, and PBs in both the rhythm and the free dance. For me, that free dance took a while for me to really get into, but I will say I just like Madison and Evan, it had to grow, and they again were another team where they were told to maybe change it, but I really admire you two, the tenacity of sticking towards the story that you wanted from the beginning.
Yeah, I honestly think you're so right on everything you said, but for them, it's almost like they found their right program for them. They've tried so many things over the years, and if you look back a couple of years, they've tried pretty much everything there's to do, and they finally found that works for them. And I think they connect with that program.
Yeah, it's been a long, as with most the top 3 teams, it's been a long road to reach a World's medal, and I think this was their time. They had really consistent skates all season, both in their short programs and free programs, rhythm dance and free dance. And to have that consistency, not only this season, but over the past seasons, that's really helped them with their status and delivering it at the World Championships with 2 programs that really suit them. That's been really beneficial for them this season.
For sure. Let's head on to the Canadians, the bronze medalists, 2 times bronze medalists, your teammates, Piper Gilles and Paul Poirier. They started off this season super duper strong and actually copying your record, undefeated until the Grand Prix final, and then third at Worlds. You guys also came third again at Junior Worlds. They approached the season with a very holistic approach, just enjoying every moment as they skate. So tell us what it's like training with Piper and Paul, being with them during this time where they had that break in momentum and had to heal to come back for Worlds. And has that outlook on your skating and career rubbed off on you in any way?
So, training with Piper and Paul, every day it's a privilege. They come into the rink, there's always that positive energy, you know. Every time they skate, they're not robots at the end of the day. They don't come in, do their job, and then go home. They're always sociable. It's really a light environment. And that obviously affects us, it rubs off on us, and we try and take every training day as an opportunity. We don't come into the rink, you know, with the negative energy, just like, oh, I want to get today finished and done, and want to go home. We always take it as an opportunity to better ourselves, and it's just a great environment to be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I mean, from moving to Canada and going to Scarborough was my first ever club, and I think it's my forever club. And seeing Piper and Paul, I've never tried to compete with the teams my level. I've always aimed to compete with them, and I think that's what has driven. I'm a very competitive person, and I think I can say that for both of us.
I think we both are.
And
yeah,
so we definitely always watch what they do, watch how they practice, and it inspires us so much that even when there were no other teams in our club that we could kind of feel competitive with, they inspired us to train. And like Peter said, their positive attitude as well really taught us how to act at competitions as well.
One last question about them. You guys were at the Grand Prix final together, and you both won the Grand Prix final at the same time, both people from the same club. What did that feel like?
Amazing. I don't know, like there's not that many words to use to describe that feeling. Honestly, there's none. Maybe I don't know enough English to respond to that question, but in my, from that competition, it just felt like a dream. Everything from the beginning to the end, being with them there, it was the first time ever, obviously, but seeing them win as well, I don't know, it's just so awesome. It was so happy for them, and obviously happy for us as well.
Yeah, I can remember actually, before we'd even stepped foot in Italy, I remember saying to our coach, Carol, I was like, what are the chances that both Nadiia and I and Paul Piper, you know, end up on the podium? And she's like, don't, you know,
well, that'd be good, right?
Don't do too soon. Carol's very realistic. She's like, don't try too hard.
Yeah.
And then for it to actually happen and become a reality, it was almost like a dream come true, obviously, you know.
Jumping up and down.
Yeah,
actually,
it's
indescribable. Yeah.
Such an incredible opportunity, great training mates to have, and then also to, you know, win beside. So let's head to our last ice dancers we're going to talk about, the Canadians, Laurence Fournier-Baudry and Nikolai Sorensen, who hit personal bests in their free and rhythm dance. A spectacular season for them as well, actually beating the world champions at one of their Grand Prix, and now top 5 here at Worlds. Canada gets to send 3 teams for the World Championships in Montreal next year. So when you see results like that, and you are, you know, going to the senior route, and Worlds is eventually going to be on the horizon for you, what does it feel like to see Canada go out and get those spots so that as many teams can get to Worlds as possible?
We've always known Canadian ice dance as Tess and Scott, and that's amazing. But it almost overshadowed every other ice dancer there was. And now that they're getting their own spotlight, I'd say first of all, it's amazing to see how everybody has just bloomed over the past years. And Laurence and Nick, sorry, I always call her Lolo. So Laurence and Nick, their performances are amazing. And I obviously love both of them. Their connection on the ice is just amazing. It's like actually like your blood rushes through your body when you watch them. And I think it's awesome that they're getting, you know, spots for future seniors like us and the others. And that's what we did in junior. Mm-hmm. We also were at Worlds, and we're like, we just want to get enough spots for other people so they get an opportunity to go and do what we did. So
Yeah, I think going back to Nadiia saying with Lawrence and Nick, for them it's also been a long road to achieving success, and I take my hat off to them for sticking at it and ultimately finding programs that work. Their free dance this season I always watched with Orcs. It was one of those programs where you just didn't want it to end. And for them to come top 5 in the world, as you know, as well as Paul and Piper, for Canadian skating, that's amazing. It's keeping it known and in the talk and in the loop, so people don't forget about Canada as a skating country, but also as ice dance.
Ice dance, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, when you are the top of Canada, that could potentially mean you're the top of the world. So it's not a small feat to be a Canadian champion and then go to Worlds. Yeah, well, Nadiia, Peter, why did I look at you? Nadiia, Peter, thank you so much for joining me today, taking time out of your, well, it's not busy schedule. You're on a little bit of a downturn, but thank you, regardless of making the time for me, speaking with me. It was such great insight, and I look forward to seeing your programs for next season.
Thank you.
I know you loved that video, so subscribe so you don't miss any more, and you're sitting here anyways. Watch some more.